Yo, what's good with y'all? It's Keymajor back with another video for y'all today. I'm showing you guys how to make some really dark, evil samples for Southside, like cubeatz, for artists like NARDO WICK, ESTG, Future even. So if you guys learned something new or enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get straight to it. So here's the sample. Now getting straight into the breakdown, the sample is very simple and it was very easy to make. I just focused a lot on sound selection and just placing everything perfectly to match together. So I first started with this analog lab and I used a preset called Tickets from the AYN Allure kit. And it's just a really ambient type of pad with a lot of reverb on it. And I laid down this pattern right here. So I came up with the pattern was I first laid down my root note, which was C, and then I pitched it up 7 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's how I got G. After that, I took the C up an octave. Those are just very simple tricks I use all the time to build this very simple chord. After that, I took the G up an octave again. This is all just taking the same notes up and down octaves. And it sounded cool. I just want to make it sound more dark, so I added this F. And that was basically it. After that, I just strummed it all like this. And I copied over for the second half, except I moved the G up to G sharp, and I'm using 2 notes that are right next to each other. You always want to use notes that are right next to each other like this, G and G sharp, causing a lot of tension in the melody. After that, I just took this simple pattern and copied it for the whole thing and copied it over again, just up an octave. For the effects, I have halftime on here, 1 bar, the regular halftime. I just turned the mix down to 30%, and ambience reverb, a free reverb, I just turned the mix down to 25%, and then down here on this EQ, took out the lows and I raised the highs a little bit. And that was basically it for the main melody. Everything else was just like some textures to fill it out. All I did to that melody later in the sample is I exported it, pitched it up an octave, and reversed it for the second half just to spice up the sample and not be so repetitive. But other than that, that's pretty much it. After that, I added these 4 elements right here. First, I went to the SRX keyboards with the first preset, the stereo piano, and I laid down this bass piano. Very simple bass piano that a lot of people use all the time, just making sure it's on the same root note so it's in key. Effects, I just added the same reverb just a tiny bit, and then I cut down the lows to make room for synth bass. I chose the salvage bass from Max Shooter's Sound Source Volume 3 kit, which just came out. Now what I want to do with the basses is I actually have 4 basses right here, and I want to just combine all of them to kind of make it more unique, have like switch ups, have different basses come in at different times. So that's why here you can see I left these like gaps in between to add a different bass. From the same kit, I use the infinity bass. It's a lot more unique than the first one that I used. And the last thing I did to blend both of these together is I took the same infinity bass right here. All I did is I reversed it and I used the fade in tool to fade it in. And this is just creating a little small transition in between both basses. It sounds like this. Now as you can tell, they kind of blended a lot better, and it sounds even better with the piano. The effects on the first bass, all I did is I took out a lot of the low mids because it was kind of harsh, and I raised the bass a little bit. And the second one, I didn't add any effects. I just made sure I leveled all of them so they were all kind of around the same volume. And that's pretty much it. A very simple sample. On the master, all I had sound shifter, pitching it up 2, and I just added this EQ, raising some of the highs to make it sound more clean, lowering some of these harsh frequencies. Then lastly, the soft clipper just to raise the volume a little bit. And then I exported that out into this, which is the final sample. Hey man, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed and learned something new, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos. Make sure y'all go get my latest kit that I just dropped, the Elements of Evil kit. It's 100% free. It comes with 40 plus samples and some bonus one shots and bonus drums in here. Like I said, it's 100% free. I'll do the first link in the description down below, alongside my website where I have all of my other kits on there, the Onyx kit, Coding Files, Vanguard, very high quality kits for a cheap price. Lastly, follow me on Instagram, the most active over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.